So I'm back out in the other part of my garden. Earlier in another video, perhaps you saw my other milkweed, which kind of looks similar to that as a flower. This is called blood flower or Asclepias curviosa. This is a tropical milkweed. So it is only in this area where we live, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, in our zone. This particular plant is only an annual, meaning it won't come back next year. But it has these awesome seed pods, if you can see right there. And I get a ton of seeds from that. So I can just throw this in the ground and we will have them. But again, they are not native. So meanwhile, these I have to buy at a store. But again, they're tropical milkweed. But they will bloom all the way into, I would say, I've had them even into October, depending on the weather. Now, if I scan over into my garden, and if I draw your attention to these pink blooms that have not they're buds, they haven't bloomed yet. That is swamp milkweed, which is a native, meaning it's here all the time, milkweed plant. So you can see that the leaves look very similar to our plant over here. Now, as I was talking, I noticed, because I could see it right on, and I'm going to hold the stem of this still, as still as I can, I hope. I noticed an egg. And my camera's pretty good on this phone. If you look at these red buds that haven't opened, there is a monarch egg right there. It's like a half of a football. And as I was noticing that one, on the plant behind me, there is another egg almost in the same, I'm trying to get a good visual on that, almost in the same location. And like I was saying in the other video, monarchs have a certain pattern. What I have noticed over the years is if I saw one egg on a bud, like over here, I see it on this bud. I'm going to zoom back out. Then I come to the same plant and there's on this leaf, which is almost in the same location. And if I continue to my journey of looking, which is what I always do, she laid one on, and I'm going to put my hand behind it so you can see. She laid one on that bud and deep inside another bud. So she has a specific laying pattern. She likes to lay on the buds of the tippy top of the plant. That way she can suck nectar and then lay an egg almost at the same time. So it makes me want to check all of the others in the area, and look, boom, right there. So then I want to look at the next bud section and see if she has one there. And I don't see one, so maybe she either skipped this plant over, or it might not have been the tender one that she was looking for. Or maybe she just started laying. So I'm again looking. And you can see there's an ant crawling around furiously. He's angry with me. Because not only is milkweed the host plant for a monarch butterfly, but it is also its own independent ecosystem. And that is something that we will be learning in 5th grade a lot, that each individual plant can have its own ecosystem situation going on in it. So that ant is on there to protect its flock, which are aphids, which thankfully I don't have any to show you yet. I will, I'm sure. I'm looking at all of my buds here. Up there's an egg right there on that. So she basically has a pattern. She likes to lay on the buds before the flower opens. That is a very good idea for laying, because if you see when that bud opens, all of those red parts are going to hang down, which is a very good protection for that egg so that other predators don't eat it or suck out the juice that's inside. The other day I was out here and on this little milkweed plant, and I'll move it to my table that's right here, I saw some eggs, and right there is a caterpillar. Now I'm going to show you how I knew that. Again, experience. I look at a lot of leaves. I see this little tiny rip in the leaf. And over here I saw a little tiny hole. And because of the shape of them, notice it's not circular. Neither is that one. I knew that if I flipped up these, I would potentially find a caterpillar. Now what I see on that one, it looks like there was an egg, and then I see the hole. So either something ate that one, or the caterpillar moved from that leaf, and now, because it got a little bit bigger, it's on the underside of this one. So what I will do is I will bend this leaf off. Sometimes I cut it with scissors, but that one I didn't have to, but you can see the milky substance coming out, hence the name milkweed. And I will take this caterpillar inside to protect it. I do that so that other birds and other creatures outside do not eat it, to help its population, because on this milkweed plant, like I said, other predators live. Spiders will live sometimes in between, right in here. Spiders will live in there, and when the caterpillar climbs in, it eats its dinner. Also, birds can fly and land and just peck off the caterpillar, even though the caterpillar is poisonous. But birds don't remember that all the time. As I am talking with you, and this happens in our normal classroom, there is a beautiful tiger swallowtail flying in my yard. I'm going to zoom in just so you can see. It's taking nectar from the purple coneflower. And that is what would happen too in our normal everyday gardening outside. You're looking at one thing and you see a bunch of other materials happening. So again, this is a smaller milkweed plant. It isn't as tall as the other ones I was just looking at, but there I go again. Boom. I see the egg, and you guys probably don't see that because this one's a little trickier, but there it is, right above my thumb. And if I zoom in, it has little lines on it. So again, I do this all summer long. I plant a variety. This is my whole garden, if you want to see. This is my backyard. You can see, my kids leave their toys out, probably like you guys do, which doesn't really help your parents out, so make sure you're picking up some of those toys sometimes. But anyway, if you look, you can see all in my yard, all of these flowers, all different textures and sizes. The taller I try to put in the back. And all of these attract a variety of different butterflies and a lot of bees and a lot of birds. If you want to see something cool, I also, at the top of that pole, have a bee hotel or insect hotel where they can rest if it's going to rain, like it has been here for the last couple of days. It is July 24th, by the way. I guess I should put that on my video. July 24th, which means the caterpillar that I just found, that I am putting down and going to take inside, you won't see this as a caterpillar if we went back to school. You would see it possibly as a butterfly flying around, because from today's date, it has a month to become a monarch butterfly. That month it has. So it's going to take a month for it to eat. It could eat, by the way, this whole entire stalk of this plant. It will take a month for it to do that. And in that time frame, it will grow and grow and grow, shed its skin. It will make a chrysalis, which will be green in color. And I have other videos that have shown that already. And then it will emerge, or eclose as it's called. It will eclose as a monarch butterfly. And then it will only live maybe 2 to 4 weeks because this little caterpillar right here has a very important job. Its important job is to find a mate, because I don't know right now if this is male or female. Its important job is to find a mate and to have that mate lay eggs. Either it's the female or the male, you know, whatever. The female will lay eggs, to help the next generation that will travel to Mexico. So again, eggs. That's what I was looking for today. But see that ant crawling around there? Not too happy about that. I probably will come out and collect all of these eggs in hopes that I can protect it from the ant taking a bite out of it. Or a bird taking a bite out of it. Or a ladybug taking a bite out of it. Or a lacewing taking a bite out of it. Or these little bees down here taking a bite out of it. So that is what can happen. So again, this is July 24th, 2020. I am taking a look at our tropical milkweed, just so you can see different habitats.